Hello everyone, and welcome to our second installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. You're not gonna believe what happened in like the last 15 seconds since I started to. You're not gonna believe what happened in the last 15 seconds since I stopped recording the last video and started recording this one. That 15 seconds, not only did I knock over my water and get it all over myself, so my legs are just a cold, quivering mess of moisture and liquid, but I also got some of that water on my controller. So, my controller is it was dripping, and I was worried that that maybe just feckin' maybe I got a little bit of the water like in the circuitry or like down in down in the crevices. I don't know if that happened or not. It was still working, but I am so fucking paranoid, and I resign myself to defeat by saying I have bad luck. So I switched controllers, and I'm using a different one. And self-explanatory. I'm fine. You need to calm down. Okay, but last we left off. Jesus Christ! Why was there so much happening just now, Pen? Last we left off, our friend Tamlen, he is our friend. We all love Tamlen in this household. Our friend Tamlen here and I ran across a couple of human hunters in the woods, and they said there's a ruin out here with a demon, and they gave us a piece of stone with some Elvish writing on it, which is apparently very uncommon to find written Elvish. And now we are at the cave, and we're gonna find out what they were talking about. Also, I don't know if it was made clear last time or if I said anything, but this is a point-and-click sort of interaction style. So all I have to do for combat is just click on an enemy.
Looks like the Shem was telling the truth, but these ruins look more human than elven.
Okay, Tamlen, thanks for interrupting me, you absolute swine of a cutie pie. What was I saying? Oh yes, this is a point-and-click style game, so even though I'm on controller, all I have to do is point at an enemy or an object to interact with it, and everything just kind of goes from there. If I want to use special interactions, I can use my special interactions, but ultimately... Oh, cocoon. Oh no. You know, I will say right now, potential arachnophobia trigger warnings for this video, and honestly the entirety of the series. I'll do my best to try to throw in tags or warnings or timestamps in the description, so you know when to skip. If arachnophobia bothers you, then Dragon Age is going to be interesting, but we'll get through it together, and I'll try to make sure this is as safe and comfortable as an experience for you as humanly possible. I say that, and then we get the feckin' spiders. No, okay, no. Go away. We stab the bad things that go away. Yes. Thank you, goodbye. No. And why was it carrying money? Why is this one carrying a potion and mushrooms? I don't want spider mushrooms. Spider mushrooms make me sad. Spider mushrooms remind me of the bad mushrooms. What is the bad mushroom? I don't know. A short bow. That's honestly merchant fodder to me, but that's whatever. Oh, you really need to give props to BioWare for their level design. This is gorgeous. I really do love the undergrowth and the overgrowth and happening in the ruin. Also, what is this Cthulhu thing on the wall? You look rather handsome, if I do say so myself. Okay. Oh, should we go right or left? Uh-oh. This is a dilemma. Oh god. We're an adventurer now. We're picking directions. I mean, I'm gonna go both ways, but I forget. Oh, I hear them in there. We're gonna go both ways, but I want to make sure we're going the wrong way first, because I want to see everything.
Another creature ahead.
Oh, hello? A pressure plate.
And so I shall. Of course.
Tamlen, would you not be stuck for 3 seconds, please? Thank you very much. At least they die pretty easily. At least it takes about 1 or 2... Ooh, of course. It only takes a few hits, and then they're gone. Ooh, sarcophagi. Sarcophagi? Is that the pluralized form of sarcophagus? Not sarcophagus. Oh, you know, let's pretend I didn't say that, shall we? Cocoon with money in it. Oh, so I'm gonna be so strapped for money this entire run because I don't know any cheats or anything at all. No, that'd be ridiculous. Me cheating for money in a video game? Absolutely not.
All over now.
Okay, we've unlocked the door. Are we going the wrong way though? I want to go the wrong way before the right way. Metal door.
See there?
Oh, I just triggered a trap. Really? You hurl fire at me and then you toss a couple of SPIDEMS at me? See, why don't the spiders set off the trap? Did the spiders set the trap?
I like it. All right. As you desire.
I also like how mid-combat I'm able to disarm an entire ass trap while being attacked by two massive spiders.
See there? That's a trap.
Gee, thanks for your insight, Revas. It's so appreciated. Is this the other way we could have gone? Okay, this is the other way we could have gone. So it all goes to the same path. Now, the origin story, while being not linear, it is also pretty. It's both linear and not linear. Really, the events of this game are all pretty linear up into a point, and then they kind of fork off into more choice and individuality. Ooh, a Darkspawn mace. Well, Tamlen, might you enjoy that? Also, you have archery skills. So why you're holding a sword and shield, I don't know. Are we going the right way? I would like to make sure I'm going the... Oh, hello, shinies. Pile of bones. I do love a good boner every now and then. Oh, well, hello. You're not gonna come to life, are you? That would be ridiculous. This is a fantasy game. There's no such thing as rising corpses.
I can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you?
It's worn, but it looks vaguely familiar.
Back when our people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with the statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
Possibly. We're nowhere near Arlathan, which is funny because Arlathan, to my understanding, that's a lost city, so how would you know if you were near it or not? Also, I apologize for the random glitches you'll see on screen every now and then. That is just a result of my capture card being my capture card. It's interesting. So much of our past is lost to us.
I'd never have guessed ancient elves might have lived here. With humans.
Humans? Ugh, repulsive. Am I supposed to be in there? Oh, another trap? What? I didn't see a trap. Oh, skeletons. They're not supposed to come to life. This is fantasy. Fantasy is full of fun and whimsical things, not menacing boners.
Well done, I say! Well done!
Oh.
Walking towards us? This place is haunted.
My thoughts exactly. Are we still being injured? Hello? I like how it's not really doing anything to us. A great sword? Don't mind if I do. I'll be the judge of how great it is. Okay. Can we get out of the deadly vapor of toxins and everything? Am I going? Wait. Am I back where I started? Can always look at the map, I suppose. I think that, yep, I'm back where I started. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm seeing everything and letting you see everything, because in case anyone's doing this blind along with me, I want to make sure you see everything as humanly. I want you to see everything, honey. I can show you the copyright. Oh god, what is that? Hello? Oh, that's what is it? Oh, what is this thing called? A Bearscarn? It's like a bear porcupine from hell. Oh goodness. Could you like do me a favor and like not come near me? Oh, I stunned him. Let's stab him in the butt. Oh, what's like those growth things on his back? He's got. Hello?
What was that thing?
I've ascended to God. Can't you read the subtitle, Tamlen? It's a Bearscarn, and it has concentrated venom on its body, and it decomposed at a faster rate than my mental health. Oh my goodness. And nothing else. Ooh, a sarcophagus? Well, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of grave robbing that was there. Let's see. Oh, because we're the good guys. And I have leveled up. I can put, and for every level up you get 3 attribute points. And I think it's every other level up or every 3 level ups you get a skill point, but every level you also gain a talent point. My cunning's pretty much where I want it to be right now, because all I'm worried about with cunning is my coercion at this current moment in time. So I'm gonna get my strength up to 13 and my dexterity to 18. And my coercion's pretty much where I want it for the beginning portion of the game, so I'm gonna put 1 and 2 combat training. And it would be nice to have an actual skill to put with my dual weapon style, so dual weapon sweep seems like it might be the best bet for me. Alright. Ooh. What is this? A mirror? Well, this isn't ominous at all. It's not a very reflective mirror. I can't even see myself.
It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the writing says.
Do not touch the glass.
Not that we'd leave a fingerprint on it. See how clean it is? Not a single smudge or crack. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror.
You're imagining things.
No, it was right there. Wait, there it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look.
Tamlen.
It's showing me places. I can see
Tamlen.
some kind of city. Underground.
Maybe step away from it, bub.
And there's a great blackness.
Tamlen, this is probably not a mirror.
It saw me.
It?
Help! I can't look away!
What? Oh. Oh. Well, that can't be good.
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
How did I get out here? And who are you? You've explored 2% of the world. Beautiful. Oh, we're at camp.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethaline. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
Fine, Fenriril, but a little groggy.
We thought you would die. The Shem who brought you here said there wasn't much hope. Seems he was wrong.
There was a human?
A Shem brought you back 2 days ago.
2 days? I've been here for 2 days?
He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
Is anyone looking for Tamlen?
Of course. Most of the hunters are off looking for him right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
What is going on?
I see you are awake, Dalan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what
Duncan.
dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
Duncan. Is that the one who brought me back?
Yes. He introduced himself as a Grey Warden.
A warden?
Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
All I remember was the mirror.
A mirror. And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected.
Lore!
I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlen remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlen as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dalan? Without you, we will not find it.
I'm up to it, Keeper. I feel fine.
I am relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlen if you can, but do it swiftly.
The clan is leaving?
If there is any truth to what Duncan said, then Darkspawn may show up in these parts soon. We must get away from that horde. But that is not our only concern. Did you encounter any other humans out in the forest?
3 of them. We drove them off.
Although you hurt no one, these humans roused their nearby village against us. As everywhere, our
Filthy
people
shems.
are not welcome here. We have stayed too long, and we must move on, quickly.
You're going to let... I do kind of want to be a bit feisty and say, you're going to let those Shemlin drive us off? But I understand why she might be a little bit, what's the word? Intolerable to my bullshit right now, so... Take Meryl to the cave and find Tamlin. I understand.
Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
I need more equipment before I, Pray for me, Keeper. Welcome to the Dalish camp. The Dalish are traveling nomads that wander the forest away from society, as mentioned in the previous video. And they travel in clans such as this, led by a keeper who is a powerful mage, assisted by the keeper's loyal first, their apprentice, and as far as I'm concerned, those are the only 2 mages within the tribe. So we're supposed to find her first, Meryl. But I don't see why I shouldn't, stock up and ransack my own camp. Sacks? I do love a good pile of sacks. A scout's bow. More merchant fodder for me. Hunter, a small scroll. Talking about the city elves. Ooh. May even give some context as to the other elven origin. Or the other elven exclusive. Am I on the chest?
I have done it.
I'm on the chest. Okay.
Sadly not.
Cannot pick this one. Arlathan, part 1. Ooh. Very fascinating codex entries, and were they not as long as they are, I would read them for you. But they are on the longer side of things, and as you've already been witness to, I tend to stutter a lot. So maybe just maybe I shouldn't subjugate you. Maybe. See, this is why I don't read. This is why I don't read out loud in my recordings. Eldest of the Sun. Elgarnon, God of Vengeance. The God of Vengeance and the head of the Elven Pantheon. Let's see. We have we can speak to some people while we're here. We have a few hunters and a woman and her children or child. You're more than one person, kid. But we have a named NPC, so clearly he must have more to say. Pivo.
So you have returned to us, Dalen. We are grateful you are whole and well.
I'm glad to be here as well, Haren.
So you should be. What were you 2 thinking, wandering into that cave without first coming to tell the Keeper?
You're right, Haren. We should have come back here first.
I suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlen pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalen. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
I'm sorry, Haren. I'll try harder next time.
Would you even know the reason behind your efforts? I wonder. Let us tell these children of the fall of
Wait,
the
now?
Dales.
Really? Right
You
now?
can honor me by sharing in the telling.
I have important things to do, Haren. Well... I do have important things to do. However... I'm the main character, and I do what I want. Certainly, Haren.
Come then. Help me as I go along.
It would be nice to have his favor.
Children, hear of the fall of the
As
Dales.
he's not happy with
Hear
me right
the
now.
tale of what makes you Dalish.
Also,
Would you
exposition.
care to begin, Dalen?
Long ago, we were slaves to the humans.
Yes, slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
If you've ever lost your bow, it was a lot like that. You know, actually, I'm gonna say that. Kind of give him a little personality. If you've ever lost your bow, it was a lot like that.
But the humans would not leave us be. They were resentful.
Oh, these glitches.
Because we would not worship their gods. And because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants. A war erupted. The humans invaded our homeland in the name of their one god, denouncing our sacrilegious nation.
Sounds familiar.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands. To survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more. We shall then return the old ways to those of our people who have lost them. We are the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We the last Elvenan. Never again shall we submit.
The oath of the Dales, and no smart-mouthed comment. Thank the creators for small mercies. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlen quickly.
In the words of Commander Shepard, I should go.
Of course. May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Now, we could have chosen to have a bit more exposition from him, but we are on a bit of a time crunch here. We are, however, as it seems, as it is definitely, on the hunt for our friend. And yes, there is definitely allegory here between what happened to the elves and the humans with real life circumstances. You'll notice a lot of that in Dragon Age. A lot of allegory, a lot of comparisons to things in our life, or in our history. The colonization behind the elf story is probably obvious, but let's see. I'm wondering if I have enough time to speak with one more person before we go. Another sack? Well, I'm gonna pass up a sack. Give me that sack. Let me ransack it. Get it, sack? Because sack? Oh, Fenrir.
Is the Keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlen?
Yes, I'm going with Meryl.
I want to go with you. Keeper Marathari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlen.
I'm only supposed to take Meryl.
Tamlin's my friend too. I want to help find him. If Meryl can risk it, so can I.
I suppose I won't stop you then.
Good. I'll follow you. Just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
Fair enough. Although it might help to get the Keeper's permission. I've already endangered more than enough of us for one day. Or I suppose, 3 days since I've been here for 2. Let's talk to the Keeper.
I see you have not left with Meryl yet. Is there something you need?
I want to bring Fenrir to the cave with us.
Fenrir?
I read that wrong.
Certain? I'm already putting Meryl at risk. I don't want to lose you too.
I want to help Keeper. If we can find Tamlen, it's worth the risk.
Very well then. You have my permission. And thank you for asking for it.
Of course, Keeper. Now, there are a couple more things around the camp I want to explore and give a little insight with. There's also a merchant here, I believe. I'd like to clear my inventory a little bit. I don't really have need for clearing my inventory, but it would be nice. I'm at 41 out of 70 slots. And as you can see, there are quite a few more. there's quite some room for expansion. I should also really go through and equip certain items to my character before I inevitably forget, because I am this thing, as you remember, called Dumb. Gillenon, Mother of the Hala, another one of the Evanuris. Marin. We can squeeze you in, girl. time.
Thara, it's good to see you recovered.
How are the Hala faring, Marin?
They fare well. The Keeper called for the clan to move on, and they will be ready to take us. One is heavy with calf, but it shouldn't be a problem.
A baby?
May I ask of Tamlin's fate? Some say the clan will leave before we find him.
I won't allow that to happen.
The Hala mourn our fallen. No sound is more heart-wrenching than their mourning cry. At least they won't be crying over you. They are quite fond of you.
Aww. The Hala are beautiful creatures.
I admire them for their strength and pride. They are equals, not servants like the Shemlin horses. At any rate, I do not envy the Keeper's decision. I'll pray for Tamlin's safe return.
And there's a better look at the Hala now that there's not one with its face firmly planted inside the ground. As I mentioned before, the Hala really are just a fantastical white deer, essentially. They are very important to the Dalish. They are very crucial to the lore and the story of the Dales. And they are beautiful creatures. They are a lot more than they seem. They are companions, they are mounts, they are friends, they are so much. And later we might be able to ride one, but that's neither here nor there. Where am I going next? Some hunters. Ooh, a wooden crate. Don't mind. A scout's bow. Don't mind if I do. Looking for this Meryl person. But what, Dusty Scroll? Arthur Part 2. Lovely. God of the Craft. June, God of Craft. And yes, it is pronounced June, not June. As we'll hear it later, but I figured it'd be best to go ahead and get that out of the... Go ahead and get that cleared up. Because if I don't get it cleared up, I will start calling him June, and then then the comments become a whole thing of like, it's June. Okay. And we can squeeze in one more conversation before going to the next installment. Paul.
Hello there.
Oh, well,
I
or
don't
not.
think we've met.
Well, okay, well, fuck you too, Paul.
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
You're not Dalish, are you?
That obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, an bandit at that.
Oh,
You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
You've nothing to worry about, Paul.
Thank you. The clan has been very kind and welcoming. I never expected it to be like this.
And Junard does raise a point of what I don't like about the Dalish, in that they believe they are the only real elves, and any elves that are born or choose to live in cities are not real elves, and they are inferior. But the Dalish, despite having valid reason for their ways of thinking, also have a sense of elitism to them, and that can be a bit complicated and frustrating later down the line. However, I would like to speak with Master Island, but before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. And we will continue our conversation with Master Island and hopefully find Meryl and get to exploring the cave again in our next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Thank you for being here, friends. I appreciate you so much. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Spiders!